Welcome to the latest market update. I'm James Groves, Managing Director of Indigo Swan. I'm here with the wonderful Amy Konieczny, Commercial Director of Indigo Swan. And we're here to talk about the energy markets, Amy.
We are, James.
As always.
Yes.
So let's kick things off. Talk to me, what is going on in the electricity and gas wholesale markets at the moment?
Well, can you believe it, James? But it's worse than last month.
It's worse. Newsflash. It's worse.
The prices are even higher. I've got figures here. We've got gas prices at 414 pence per therm, which is 353% higher than last year. So, you know, every single day is higher than the day before. Fabulous.
Keeps us on our toes, doesn't it?
To be involved in. I mean, yeah, businesses are just really starting to see horrendous contract offers. We had one contract offer through earlier this week. Contract offer, James, £1.69 a kilowatt hour. And yeah, how can businesses sustain that? We've also got electricity prices, the wholesale cost £426 per megawatt hour, so that's around about 354% higher than last year.
I like the same percentages roughly.
They are pretty much, yeah.
That's how linked they are, I suppose.
Exactly. So gas is making up around about 45–46% of power generation at the moment, so any movement in gas is immediately seen in power, and it just is going up and up and up. Unfortunately, no end in sight.
No, and it is a difficult time, obviously, for a lot of clients, difficult times for a lot of prospective clients and businesses out there. What are the main things that are impacting on prices, and I don't know, what timeline are we working towards at the moment, and what are things looking like?
Yep, so the main impact is clearly still the Ukraine situation, Russia. We've had some slightly more positive news the last week or so. Rough Gas Storage, that was the UK's largest gas storage facility that was decommissioned back in 2018, is likely to come back.
Reopening. Grand reopening.
Yeah. So actually, it probably won't impact this winter, but going into winter 2023 and then into future winters, providing all the economics can stack up, and Centrica, the owner, is hoping there might be some government support to facilitate that. Because we just don't have enough gas storage in the UK.
Do we see that as a good thing?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely, because if we can import gas when it's cheaper, or we can keep gas in our own kind of networks when it's cheaper, it's there when we need it in that winter period.
Yeah.
We can rely a bit on LNG, we can rely a bit on the pipelines that we've got coming in, but actually being a bit more self-sufficient, having our own gas storage stocks, it's got to be a good thing for prices.
Well, which is the issues that we've obviously seen.
Yeah, absolutely. We've also heard that the Freeport LNG facility in the States that unfortunately caught on fire a little while back is going to come back online in October, which is much earlier.
Another reopening.
Another
reopenings everywhere. I love it.
So if we can get some more LNG from the States into the UK, into Europe, hopefully that will just suppress those gas prices a little bit more.
And Nord Stream 1.
Yeah, Nord Stream 1. It came back from maintenance. It did come back online. It initially opened with about 40% of capacity going through. Unfortunately, it was then dropped to 20% capacity, which is what has pushed up the prices recently. Basically, yeah, because the Russians who control the tap, their end, haven't switched it on. They just haven't sorted it out. So actually, we're doing okay in terms of availability of gas, but because we're just not sure what's going to happen in this winter, especially with Nord Stream so low on output, prices are just going chaotic again.
And obviously, if people's contracts ending this year, they're not that lucky, sadly. They've got to do what they've got to do, because contracting, as we always say, is still better than not contracting in the commercial world as opposed to domestic. Obviously, what advice are we giving to those short term, I suppose, for those people? If you're 23, 24, maybe you're going to be a bit luckier based on the things that you've said, but for people that are coming out of contract now, what are we saying, what are we advising to do?
Yeah, so absolutely, 23, 24 prices, your contracts will be a lot higher than the current rates you're paying, but nowhere the same as people that have got 2022 end dates. So if you've got a 2022 end date, make sure you're speaking to your broker, your consultant, if that's us, fab.
If it's not, just speak to an expert. That's what we say.
Yeah, just speak to somebody that you trust. Go to a range of suppliers, make sure they understand credit, make sure you understand the size of impact your bills are likely to see. So it is not uncommon to see an increase in bills of 200–400%. And for a lot of businesses, that is going to really affect their bottom line. So what we would say is get good quality information, go to the market as early as you possibly can and prepare your budgets in advance. Really, look at ways you can be efficient in your property. Look for advice for reducing your usage, because we cannot do anything with the prices. So if we can use less, you're going to save money. Also, you might want to think about capital expense, like getting solar PV installed, because that then reduces your reliance on the grid and then brings your bill down.
And benefit from it sooner rather than later.
Absolutely.
And we've seen this year, the time for gambling is over, isn't it?
Yeah.
We've seen a lot of people delay making decisions, which has massively backfired.
Yeah.
As we know, now's not the time, is it? Now's the time. What it is what it is.
Absolutely. We're not seeing any indication that prices into winter 2022 are going to come down significantly at all. So it really is a case of, unfortunately, you're going to have to accept these prices and do everything you can to reduce consumption, to generate yourself if you can. But the actual price that you're going to pay for the unit that you use is going to be really, really high.
Anything else in the energy markets that are going on that you want to touch upon?
Oh, that's a really good question.
I'd like to put you on the spot.
Yeah, so obviously we've had news about what's going to happen to the domestic price cap. So whilst that doesn't impact us because we're doing business contracts, it does impact you and I,
it does.
as it does all of our customers.
Absolutely.
So the latest developments on that is that the price cap is likely to be updated every 3 months rather than every 6 months. And the rationale for doing that is to smooth the potential volatility facing consumers.
It's trying to be done in a positive way, isn't it?
It is.
But
arguably, maybe there should be slightly different market intervention to prevent those prices going up to those levels anyway. I think there's a lot of uncertainty, and we saw some recent reports. We've seen some figures that next year's prices, so April and then June 2023, we're likely to see another 60-70% rise on prices. I think the latest figures were average domestic bill about £4,200, which
not great.
Again, it's not sustainable, is it? We don't have that much. Households don't have that much spare cash.
No, they don't.
So something's going to have to change.
Well, Amy, thank you ever so much.
Thanks.
I appreciate it. I appreciate we smiled during this video, but it is a serious time. And there is a lot of bad stuff going on. So, as always, customers, not customers, whoever, if you want to know a little bit more, obviously if you're a client, please feel free to contact your account manager. If you're not a client, then you can contact us at hello@indigoswan.co.uk, and we'd be happy to help and answer any questions. Amy, thank you again.
Thanks.
I'll be James. See you next time.